I think it could be so transforming. Just as a whole idea, for me, because it's changed the way I talk about my faith. I think, among with maybe some other stuff that God was doing in my life at the time that I heard it, but a lot of the verbal framing and the understanding of how God speaks and how we talk about that and how actually God is with us in our everyday, and it's not just a Sunday thing, it's an everyday thing, and God wants me to talk to him when I'm cleaning the house and when I'm on the bus and all this sort of stuff. And that's not a new idea. I'd grown up with that idea, but suddenly to be able to talk about it and to engage with it in this new way really freed me up to share with other people what God was doing in my life. And so things like my life group, for example, when we were having a Bible study about hearing from God and people would be getting frustrated, I naturally would then revert to some of the like chat and catch language of, well, why don't we think about catching from God? And someone who's been really frustrated for years that they can't hear from God, actually they just aren't listening. They thought that hearing from God was just about a voice in their head. And suddenly, for me to be able to say, oh, actually, I catch from God, I get pictures all the time and I'm really visual and I get images from God in my head. And for me to have a language that I can talk about my faith in, that resonates with people, particularly if they don't have that much church background. So I think it's a very simple and emotional, like real vocabulary. It makes faith very real and grounded and less airy-fairy and, difficult to talk about, conceptual, difficult to talk about. And I think that could be really powerful because once you've got it, it changes the way you talk about your faith, which then changes the way that other people talk about their faith and understand God. And yeah, it's been really cool in that way. I think that it has massive power.